is Tampa Bay's 10 News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Heather Van Ness.
And I'm Dave Worth. Reggie has the night off. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with breaking news. A fireworks mishap at the beach in Treasure Island has injured several people.
Valerie Boyd joins us live now with the latest. And Val, what happened?
Actually, I've been told there are no injuries, but right now firefighters are out on the beach. They're checking the beach to make sure there are no explosive fireworks left. They're also making sure that there's no plastic tubing from the fireworks and wooden shrapnel left on the sand to make sure no one gets hurt. We have some video from a beachgoer, and I have to tell you, it's some pretty incredible video. Now, at around 9:15, the city of Treasure Island was having their annual fireworks display. The city was halfway through the display when a shell went off, lighting other racks of fireworks right on the ground. Luckily, the crowd was kept away from the area and no one was injured, not even a worker. A beachgoer says he saw it all happening, and it was like a grand finale happening on the sand.
Right at the beginning, the grand finale started, and then the first part of the grand finale was up in the air, and then after that, the grand finale just started probably 15 mortars on the ground. And so the grand finale was just exploding from the ground.
Again, firefighters continue to clean up this beach, making sure it is safe for beachgoers to come on here. They have roped off the area so no one comes onto the sand. Again, you want to make sure you avoid the area here on Treasure Island Beach by 112th Avenue. Now, firefighters aren't sure what caused the accident to happen. They say the contractor's name is Bell's Fireworks, and they're going to try and find out exactly what happened sometime tomorrow. We're not sure how long they will be out here, but we know that firefighters are very relieved. In fact, we are all relieved that no one was injured. Of course, we know it could have been very, very serious. Dave, Heather?
All right, Valerie Boyd live at Treasure Island. Thank you.
And there were other problems with fireworks tonight. 12 people were hurt during the St. Pete Beach fireworks display. 8 were employees of the fireworks company. 4 were in the Bel Air Hotel. The beach is closed for the rest of the night. And in Clearwater tonight, a man went into cardiac arrest when he was hit in the chest by fireworks.
And in Tampa, the celebration went off without any problems. Here's a shot from the big party at Channelside this evening. Organizers claim it's the longest show in the Bay Area, a full 25 minutes of pops and booms. They were expecting around 25 to 30,000 people for the show. And the July 4th party was also booming tonight in downtown St. Petersburg. This was the finale. Fireworks at the pier. It's a family-friendly celebration that always draws a big crowd. Families were also treated to plenty of food, fun, and free live music. And after some stormy weather in the nation's capital, fireworks lit up the sky there. This year's theme, a celebration of liberty. Before the concert, Tony Danza and Little Richard performed with the National Symphony Orchestra. And Macy's bills its Big Apple fireworks display as the biggest in the world. Fireworks lit up the sky there to the sounds of the New York Pops. We'll take a look at some other Independence Day celebrations across the country throughout this newscast.
Florida beaches are the state's economic engine. They draw thousands of tourists every year. But as Tampa Bay's 10 News reporter Bo Zimmer shows you, environmentalists worry that budget cuts in Pinellas County may leave some sites unprotected.
You know, a half dozen beer cans, got plastic bags down by the water.
It's a busy 4th of July, as are most holidays for Sergeant Glenn Wilson and Deputy Charlie Tida. The two are part of the Pinellas County Sheriff's Environmental Lands Unit, responsible for patrolling areas like the Shell Key Preserve.
The majority of the people that come here don't even know that it is a preserve. But there's no swimming in this area.
Along with ensuring public safety, the special 10-person team focuses on enforcing rules in place to protect the environment.
If there was no sheriff's presence out here, that intrusion would be magnified.
Earlier today, they spotted people walking in an area reserved for nesting birds and clearly marked no trespassing.
People that are walking along the beach don't see the eggs, step on the eggs.
Environmental activists say this special unit is vital to the future of protected areas like Shell Key. That's why talk of disbanding the unit due to budgetary concerns has many worried.
Oh, it will be the ultimate party zone. No doubt in my mind. I mean,
Lorraine Margison says without the deputies, a stronger land management agreement she's been fighting for to help protect Shell Key would mean nothing.
if we indeed get that on paper, but we have no law enforcement to enforce it, then it's like having no management plan. That's ridiculous. So, we cannot let these folks go.
In 2006, the county spent $926,000 to run the special unit. Commissioners will soon decide its future, as many believe the future of preserves like Shell Key across the county. Bo Zimmer, Tampa Bay's 10 News.
The Environmental Lands Unit also patrols Brooker Creek Preserve and handled 500 cases last year, resulting in over 125 arrests.
A Pasco County spa was giving more than massages. An undercover officer says he was offered sexual gratification at the Miyako Spa in Newport Richey. Investigators found the 3 women offering massages in the US 19 store were not licensed. All of them are Chinese nationals. One is charged with prostitution, the others with practicing without a license. All 3 will be referred to immigration enforcement. Tampa police are investigating an attempted murder at the Oriental Bakery on Armenia Avenue. A 42-year-old worker was stabbed 3 times in the chest after arguing with his boss and the boss's wife. The worker is hospitalized. Officers have arrested the wife. Her name is 35-year-old Key Lang. They are still searching for her husband. He apparently ran out of the bakery shortly after that stabbing.
Forensic evidence is often a key to solving crimes and convicting criminals. It played a major role in helping Tampa police solve the 2004 murder of Katie Freshley. Tonight, as Tampa Bay's 10 News reporter Sarah Dorsey shows you, her case got national attention on Court TV.
At 25, Katie Freshley had the world ahead of her until her job as an insurance adjuster took her to this Sulphur Springs home. That's where renter Jason Funk brutally murdered her.
This was a true stranger on stranger crime.
But Tampa Police Detective Brent Holder didn't know that at first. Funk remained silent in the days following Freshley's murder, so investigators had to build a solid case and let the evidence do the talking. As Forensic Files highlights, it did, from a muffler found in Funk's home to his own tissue and Katie's blood.
The round outer edge of the bracket was the exact size of the blunt force injuries on Katie's head. The blood in Jason's home and on his sneakers was Katie Freshley's. The skin cells on the steering wheel of Katie's car were Jason's.
Everything did come together, but we don't get that very often.
I just thank them for the great work they did.
Freshley's father, Jeff, got his wish when Funk pleaded guilty and was sent to prison, made possible by the overwhelming evidence collected against him.
There really was excellent police work that withstood all challenges.
Now this father's mission is to make sure Katie's legacy is not her murder.
What happened that day was only a few minutes out of her entire life, and it isn't what she should be remembered for.
He created the Katie Freshley Foundation to fund organizations that help families of murder victims cope.
It just gives you energy that you're doing something for Katie in her memory that's going to do somebody else some good.
In Tampa, Sarah Dorsey, Tampa Bay's 10 News.
The Katie Freshley Foundation will also benefit a scholarship in her name for Florida State students. If you'd like more information or if you want to make a donation, you can go to our website, tampabays10.com.
Here's a look at some of the stories we're following on tampabays10.com this evening. An elderly Bradenton man gets jumped by a trio of muggers. 76-year-old Scott Bradley fought back, though. Bradley took a beating, but says he's more irritated than hurt. The muggers got no money from the elderly man. And in St. Petersburg, the Dairy Inn celebrated July 4th in a special way. Proceeds from their annual hot dog eating contest went to 3-year-old Josiah Weinberger. Weinberger suffered brain damage when a speaker fell on his head at Baywalk. And Al Gore's son has been released from a California jail. San Diego police say Al Gore III was driving around 100 miles an hour early today when they stopped him. Officers found a small amount of pot and a variety of illegal prescription drugs in his car.
And still ahead on 10 News at 11.
Is it hate or history? Coming up, a controversial campaign to fly the Confederate flag along Florida highways.
We'll talk about cold cases. A Sarasota man gets his lost wallet back 40 years later.
I'm meteorologist Dick Fletcher. We had rain over much of the area today, and at the ballpark in Dunedin, well, let me show you how it went with WeatherBug. The day in 7 seconds at Nology Park. Ball players come out, game gets started, Rain comes, ball players leave, sun comes back out, and now it's night. The forecast is coming up.
Always a pretty sight. This was the scene tonight in downtown Orlando over Lake Eola Park. It's called Fireworks at the Fountain. And of course, there were fireworks of a different kind today in Florida.
Tampa-based 10 News reporter Brittany Benner explains the controversial twist to that red, white, and blue.
As travelers hit Florida's highways for the holiday, they're sure to see signs of the Deep South.
Taste of the South.
But there's a different taste brewing in Havana, just south of the Georgia border, and a different red, white, and blue that burns deep in the hearts of many here.
To me, this flag is the pure symbol of the South.
The Confederate flag, that is.
This flag, to me, means that we have ancestors who sacrificed everything they had to fight for independence for the South.
Bob Hurst is a leading member of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, a group that's resurrected 2 Confederate flags in Florida so far, one in Havana and one in White Springs. They're also hoping to wave a third in Hillsborough County at I-4 and I-75.
I was surprised because we don't see Confederate flags that big, you know, where we're from.
I don't think it's appropriate.
Yeah, I think that war ended a while ago.
Sons of Confederate Veterans say this flag bleeds Southern heritage and patriotism for all the soldiers who died fighting for independence.
Those type of mementos, if you will, just continue to perpetuate the type of bigotry and racism and all the kind of problems that we have in America.
But even if you view it as racist, it is a piece of Southern history.
For these people that claim to be offended by the flag, what if those of us who are native Southerners say, well, gosh, we're offended by Black History Month?
But this American history is still hard for many to swallow.
Now, I understand the history of America and all that kind of thing, but quite frankly, I find it offensive. But I just tend to ignore it. This is America. You have the right to be wrong.
Brittany Benner, Tampa Bay's 10 News.
The Sons of Confederate Veterans say they hope to have that third flag up near Tampa sometime in the next 2 years.
It is a lost and found case that is 40 years old. A construction crew was renovating a building at Camp Smith in Honolulu when they pulled an old wallet out of the wall. And it was full of photos, a military ID, and a driver's license for a man who lives in Sarasota. Stephen Broblick Jr. was actually a Marine stationed at Camp Smith back in the 60s. And 2 Marines in dress blue uniforms dropped off the wallet in Sarasota today. And I can only imagine his reaction to be able to see that again and look at those photos.
Yeah, just have those photos back. That's worth.
That's pretty special.
That's priceless.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Neat surprise.
It certainly is.
Dick Fletcher's with us now. Showers seem to have held off for a good time tonight.
For most part, yes. There were showers that were moving onshore south of the mouth of the bay. We can show you what's left. There's an area of low pressure over central Florida, and it's been spinning showers toward the west coast of Florida. And in the process, what we've seen is most of those showers winding up moving toward the east and northeast across the area. Now, as the showers do that, as they move onshore, they tend to weaken some. That'll be the case, in fact, the last couple of hours. The showers offshore have weakened to the point where they're not moving on as strongly as they were, but it could be the case in the morning again. The twist right in this area, so you get the rotation of the storms around like this. Now, that's your short-term forecast over the next 7 days. Showers and thunderstorms likely over the area tomorrow. Some of those showers could be moving onshore along the coast in the morning and inland in the afternoon. Tomorrow, Friday, and into both days over the weekend. Weekend highs will reach 90 on Saturday and 91 degrees Sunday with lows in the upper 70s. By Monday into Tuesday, more of an easterly wind pattern, and instead of the biggest storms ending up on the east side of I-75, by Monday and Tuesday, I think we're going to see the storms, the biggest ones ending up west of I-75, what we would normally consider to be the classic summertime pattern, messing up your commute home late in the day. That will not happen until we get into next week. Watch for the chance for showers on the beaches in 75 in the morning with the biggest storms moving inland during the afternoon. Tampa's high 88. The high at Tampa International today was 87 degrees. Our almanac page, all of our forecast information is available on our website at tampabase10.com. Just go to the weather section. Lows tonight will be in the 70s over the peninsula, 70 degrees in Tallahassee, 64 in Atlanta, 69 in Nashville, and 61 in Charlotte. And then tomorrow's highs, Nashville and Atlanta coming in at 90, 92 in Charlotte, 88 degrees for the Bay Area, 92 Miami, and a hot 96 degrees in Tallahassee. Here's the latest run with our Forecast First computer model. And again, remember the spin is over the central portion of the state. As we go through the overnight period and into tomorrow, we see more of this with the showers moving onshore, wrapping around, and then dissipating by tomorrow night. So if you're going to be driving the US 19 corridor tomorrow morning, could be some showers in your morning drive time. Then I think you're more than likely going to see showers on your drive time home, especially along and to the east of I-75 tomorrow afternoon. In the tropics, we'll go 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Showers likely across the area. 84 degrees in Sarasota and in Brandon, as well as Tampa. 83 degrees in St. Petersburg and Clearwater. 82 on Anna Maria. Newport Richey 83, 84 in Land O'Lakes, 86 in Ocala, and 83 degrees in Crystal River. Now the quick look at the tropics. Over the past 24 hours, this area of low pressure has not come within about 1,000 miles of the Lesser Antilles, and there's just a big burst of thunderstorms on the south side. Upper level winds are going to become unfavorable. If this does not become a depression in the next day or two, it should not have a chance to, as it gets into an environment that is going to be very hostile. West winds in our marine forecast overnight will become southwesterly tomorrow. Seas 2 feet, bay and inland waters a light chop, and the Gulf temperature is 87 degrees at the Skyway Bridge. There are 4 tides at the pier in downtown St. Pete. The major high tide is last at 5:53. And again, 7-day forecast. And in the morning, could be showers near the beaches. In the afternoon, the showers will work their way inland east of I-75. That pattern holds through the weekend. Then we see it reverse back to late-day storms near us by probably Monday into Tuesday of next week.
All right. Thank you, Fletch.
Thank you. Coming up, the Rays find some fireworks at Fenway. Too bad they belong to the Red Sox.
And what better way to spend the holiday than just an afternoon at the ballpark? You're going to meet a local family just following tradition. Angela has that story coming up next in sports.
I'm Mario Diaz. Thursday on 10 News this morning.
We've been cut off. I've been cut off many a time. People racing us down the road.
How many obstacles do emergency vehicles encounter trying to get a call? See for yourself with the help of Drive Cams. Be sure to join us tomorrow between 5 and 7.
Angela, will you please tell us when this losing streak will end?
Yeah, I predict hopefully tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't today, huh?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. You know, it's been starting out not so badly, but then something always falls apart.
Yeah.
I'm acting like that's recent. It's happening a lot. Well, just when you think it can't get any worse for the Rays, they run smack into knuckleballer Tim Wakefield, a guy who has beaten them 15 times, 16 now. Edwin Jackson, though, was looking for his 3rd straight strong start. It was 1-1 till the Sox put up 4 in the 4th. They pile on more in the 5th. That right there, Mike Lull, a 2-run shot. Jackson allows 7 runs over 5 innings, and it's just not the Rays' day. Down 7-1 in the 7th, they charge back thanks to Carl Crawford. A 2-run double here to left. CC 3 for 5 with 2 RBI. Does what he can to pull the Rays within 2, 7-5. Last chance, bottom of the 9th. 2 outs for Brendan Harris, and Jacksonville's Jonathan Papelbon gets him looking. The Rays lose 7-5. Dropping 10 in a row now for the first time since 2005. Well, Johan Santana spoils George Steinbrenner's 77th birthday at Yankee Stadium. 7 solid innings from the all-star lefty. Strikes out Derek Jeter in the 5th. Meanwhile, Jason Kubel hits the tie-breaking shot in the 7th. Santana moves to 10-6 with the win, while the Twins snap a 3-game losing streak, 6-2. And New York is now the new home for former Lightning forward Ruslan Fedotenko. You know, it seems like yesterday he was scoring those goals to win the Stanley Cup. That was 4 years ago. Fedotenko gets a 1-year deal worth just under $3 million with the Islanders. He had just 32 points in 80 games with the Bolts last season. Well, after rain and more rain, Wimbledon actually plays some tennis today, though Serena Williams probably could have used the rest, battling a host of injuries. She falls to Justine Henin in 3 sets in quarterfinals today. Henin is now just 2 wins shy of completing a Grand Slam. In other matches, Venus gets a little revenge for her little sis, beating Maria Sharapova, no less. Men's winners today include Andy Roddick and Rafael Nadal. Well, back to baseball. You know, a kid can't beat taking in a game with mom and dad before those fireworks on the 4th of July. Travis Bell scopes out a family tradition in Dunedin.
That's for you.
The Stensons introduced son Trevor to baseball at a very early age.
Last year was his first baseball game, and this year is his second time at this stadium, but it's a kind of a tradition now on July 4th.
Kim and Jason Stenson made the short drive from Clearwater to take in the Blue Jays and Miracle. Despite a short rain delay, nothing could dampen the fun times at the ballpark. Nology Park is a family favorite.
Sold, all right. This particular field, the staff is nice, they're very welcoming, the players are great, the seating is always close and up front, and it's always a good time.
10-0-66. But the Stensons had company. Other families soaked up this Florida State League game, a home for family gatherings for nearly 100 years. And with 15-month-old Trevor destined to be a baseball fan for life, his parents are ready to make Independence Day even more memorable.
It's wonderful just to get outside and enjoy the Florida weather and be a part of baseball on July 4th. I mean, what could be more American?
In Dunedin, Travis Bell, Tampa Bay's 10 Sports.
And all they needed was a hot dog, but they had dinner before they got there. So.
Oh, they did. I love the hat, and he's in his shirt. He's ready to go.
Trevor, adorable.
Every dad remembers when they took their son to the first baseball game. Everybody remembers that.
Exactly, as they should, and daughter.
Exactly right. Yeah. All right, thanks,
Why do you think
Angela.
I'm doing what I'm doing?
We'll be right back.
Sure.
Yet so much alike and so different, right? It's as if we just keep showing you the
It's
same
so
video.
enjoyable when they go off in the air.
It is. That was so pretty.
Yeah, much better than on the ground, yeah.
Tomorrow morning, because of a southwest wind, there's a possibility that there could be a few showers along beach areas. More likely thunderstorms taking place inland. Tomorrow should be another mostly cloudy day as a weak area of low pressure remains over central Florida, causing what we saw today, which was mostly cloudy skies and off and on showers. But fortunately, most of the showers in it for most folks to enjoy the nice fireworks
That
displays
worked out.
that went off in the air.
That's right. Thank you, Flash. Thanks for joining us, everybody. That's 10 News at 11. Remember, you can comment on any story at TampaBase10.com.
Letterman is next. Enjoy the rest of your evening and your 4th of July holiday. Don't forget 10 News this morning begins at 5 o'clock, and we leave you now with more fireworks from Channelside.
Stay informed around the clock with updated news and video on TampaBase10.com.